Lifecycle marketing, or lifecycle for short, is the automated messages you send throughout the entire customer journey to move your conversion, retention, and expansion metrics. It's also for every business, meaning every business needs a lifecycle and can grow through lifecycle. I know from experience from working with over 20 brands across multiple industries that no one has all of the lifecycle automations they need to set up, even if they've already invested in lifecycle for a long time. If we visualize where most businesses stand with lifecycle, it'd be a combo of red, which are lifecycle automations that have never been made or are really bad, yellow, which are V1 lifecycle automations that haven't been fully tested and optimized yet, and green, which are the lifecycle automations that have been tested and optimized, and you have high confidence that they're the best they could be. If your lifecycle is a combo of red, yellow, and green, or even all red and yellow, that is totally normal, especially if you've invested a ton in acquisition up until now. Your goal with lifecycle is to go from red, yellow, and green to all green, where there's no leaks in your funnel anywhere. People are always being guided toward the next step with your company, and you have a lifecycle marketing machine that's printing out conversion, retention, and expansion, and the highest lifetime value possible for your business. The way you go from red, yellow, and green to all green is to build all the lifecycle automations you need. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science, but it is a lot of work. Start with the 8 lifecycle automations that every business needs. Welcome new leads, nurture leads to their first sale, onboard new customers, get repeat customers, ask for feedback, reward loyal customers, Reengage stale leads, Winback lost customers. We'll expand on each one, so I won't run through the definitions yet, but these are the 8. When I say every business needs these, I literally mean every business, because every business has these segments and they have these stages. The nuance is that the actual implementation of each lifecycle automation will look different for every business. So let's hop into the 8. The welcome series ends when people give you their contact information for the first time, and its goal is to get them to become a paid customer. My pro tip for a welcome series is to actually not think of it as a story that you're telling over the entire series of 3 to 5 emails and some text messages. Think of it as a conversion series, where each message is strong on its own, and you put the emails and text messages you think are gonna be highest converting sooner rather than later. Because the further away you get from the high intent sign-up moment, the less likely people are to move forward. Nurture leads to their first sale sends after a person completes their welcome series and hasn't become a paid customer yet. Its goal is also to convert, but to do it over time. My pro tip for a nurture series is to think of it as a long sell over the course of weeks or maybe even a month or 2, whereas the welcome series is a condensed short sell over the course of 1 week. The reason to switch from a short sell mindset to a long sell mindset is if the new lead was going to convert, they likely would have done it already. So if you keep messaging people every day like you did in your welcome series, it'll start feeling like spam and people will stop paying attention to your stuff and never buy. Onboard new customers sends after someone buys from you for the first time. My pro tip for the Onboard New Customer series is to focus on teaching people how to be successful with your product or service. Because if they use it, if they get the value from it that they bought it for, they'll likely buy from you again. For example, let's say you're a breathwork app. Someone subscribes to your app for 1 month and they do 3 sessions in the first week and feel a tangible difference in their daily life. They'll likely stick around for month 2. The onboarding series there could be suggesting sessions that would be helpful for that person. Another example, let's say you're a skincare brand and someone buys foaming cleanser from you. They may need to know how much to use, when to use, what to apply after. The onboarding series there could be including instructions on how to use it and other products that would be helpful to include in a full routine with that product. These aren't just theoretical examples. I've literally made both of the above for a breathwork app and for a skincare brand. And the mindset I brought to it is how can we help people be successful with these products, then making an onboard new customer series based off of that. The Get Repeat Customer series sends after the onboarding series is done, and its goal is to get the customer to a repeat purchase. My pro tip here is simple. It's just to ask the question of how can we get people to a repeat purchase? It's usually an extension of the make people successful with your product mindset from the onboarding series. An example would be a hair growth company that gives people a personalized plan to help them with their hair growth. Their Get Repeat Customer series could be well-timed reminders to help them follow through with that plan. So when they run out of product or need to do another session, buying again is a natural next step. The Ask for Feedback series sends after someone has experienced the value of your product or service, because at that point they'll have an informed opinion about it. My pro tip for this is to figure out who your promoters are, the people who would tell their friends about you, and then ask them for referrals after they give you good feedback. The way to automate this is if you use a customer satisfaction survey or a net promoter score survey, you send a referral ask to anyone who gives you a high rating. For example, when someone chooses like 10 on their net promoter score survey, you follow up asking for a referral to a friend. The Reward Loyal Customer series sends when you've defined what a loyal or VIP customer looks like, and then people reach those milestones. This could take shape as a full-on loyalty program or something as simple as someone who's bought from you 5 times, whatever makes sense for your brand and where you're at right now. My pro tip with rewarding loyal customers is to try and make them feel like they're a part of an exclusive club, because they likely became a loyal customer because they love your product or service. So you want to give them things that money can't buy and that make them just feel good. Reengage stale lead sends after you've been nurturing the relationship for a while, but they still haven't become a paying customer. The reason for sending this is if they've stopped engaging, leaving them on your list may actually hurt your deliverability over time. So this is a last shot to get them to buy, or at the very least to engage with your stuff. And if they don't, then you put them on a list of people you stop messaging. My pro tip here is to make a really good offer that'd be hard to say no to, like a crazy one-time discount where you think to yourself, man, if they don't convert from this, they're not gonna convert from anything. The Winback Lost Customer series sends when people who've bought from you in the past haven't bought from you for a while. The actual number of days or time frame is gonna look different for each business. What's interesting about this group is they're more likely to buy from you again than the stale leads who never have. So my pro tip here is also to make a really good offer, but to do it at a data-backed moment. And that data-backed moment is when most repeat purchases stop. Assuming you have a good analytics infrastructure in place with your purchase data, find when people are never likely to buy from you again, and then try to win them back when they reach that moment. This leads to more purchases recovered and higher lifetime value. These are the 8 lifecycle automations that every business needs. What do you have built for your company? What would have the highest impact if you made it next? Start there with a vision of going from where you are now, a combo of red, yellow, and green, to all green, where all of the lifecycle automations you need to make are built, tested, and optimized. Doing that will move your conversion, retention, and expansion metrics. Let me know how I can help you with lifecycle. I love this stuff, I'm doing it forever, and I do it every day. Thanks for watching.